From mentor and student to bitter rivals, Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis have gone from close friends to outright enemies. Years of tension and verbal jabs finally erupted when Floyd let loose on Tank at a press conference, making it clear he thinks he's the superior fighter. But what led to this heated moment? How did their relationship fall apart so badly? And what was the final straw that pushed Mayweather to go off on Gervonta in front of the world? Let's break it all down. Exactly a decade ago, when Gervonta Davis was just another hungry young boxer chasing his dream of becoming a world champion, fate placed him in the path of one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time, Floyd Mayweather. Recognizing the raw talent and knockout power that Davis possessed, Mayweather took him under his wing, guiding him not only as a mentor, but almost as a father figure in the boxing world. It had all the makings of a perfect story, an aging, undefeated legend passing down his wisdom to a rising star, molding him into the next face of boxing. In this video, Floyd can be seen personally instructing Tank on how to throw his signature shotgun jab, a sharp and powerful punch designed to control distance and disrupt an opponent's rhythm. But this wasn't just another trainer-student relationship. Floyd wasn't just teaching Gervonta how to throw punches. He was instilling in him the philosophy of boxing, the little tricks and mental warfare strategies that had kept him undefeated throughout his career. Every lesson came with layers of experience, refined through years of dominating the sport.
When you exert yourself in the gym, so you can fight is easy. This is when you want to force yourself. You exert yourself here. You don't have to worry about it. When you get tired in the gym, it's when you're supposed to be tired. So you won't get tired in the fight.
Mayweather's commitment to Davis extended beyond the gym. In another video, he can be seen actively coaching the young fighter as he prepared for an upcoming bout, offering technical advice and refining his approach before he stepped into the ring. But Floyd's investment in Davis didn't stop there. He wasn't just a coach from the sidelines, he was an ever-present force in Tank's corner. Whether it was during training camps or fight nights, Floyd was right there, ensuring his protege executed the game plan. In this video, Mayweather can be seen intensely coaching Davis mid-fight, instructing him to step on the gas pedal as he was down on the unofficial scorecards. It was a rare sight, one of boxing's greatest tacticians actively guiding his student in real time, demanding more from him in the heat of battle.
I need this 10th, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He said unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody.
At one point, their relationship felt like something straight out of Rocky V, where the aging Rocky Balboa takes in a young Tommy Gunn, shaping him into a champion. The chemistry between Mayweather and Davis seemed unbreakable, a passing of the torch from one generation to the next. But for those who have seen the movie, they know how that relationship ended. And unfortunately, Floyd and Davis's story wasn't destined for a happy ending either. What once seemed like a perfect mentor-student bond would eventually unravel, proving that in the world of boxing, business and personal relationships rarely mix well. As their relationship started to deteriorate and they grew more distant, it became impossible for the boxing world to ignore that something had gone terribly wrong between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather. What once seemed like an unbreakable bond between mentor and student had turned into a cold and awkward standoff. Fans speculated about what could have caused the fallout, but when Davis finally addressed the situation, the reason was more personal than many expected. According to Gervonta, one of the key reasons behind their rift was an issue involving Mayweather's daughter. Davis claimed that she had been Snapchatting him, and once Floyd found out, he was far from pleased. Whether it was a matter of respect, control, or simply a protective father's reaction, it was clear that this did not sit well with the undefeated boxing icon.
He was saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So
But while that may have been one of the sparks that ignited their falling out, Davis believes it wasn't the only reason. As per Tank, there were many things Floyd did over time that made him feel unappreciated and ultimately pushed him away. One of the biggest issues, according to Davis, was that Mayweather could deliberately schedule his own fights on the same dates or during the same promotional cycle as Davis's bouts. Tank felt that this was a power move, an intentional tactic by Mayweather to keep the spotlight on himself while ensuring Davis remained in his shadow. And since Davis was signed under Mayweather Promotions, he had little choice but to play along. In his eyes, Floyd was using his influence not to elevate him, but to control him.
it wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing, like he scheduled a fight when I'm fighting.
As far as Davis is concerned, he wasn't the one who initiated the conflict. The Baltimore native made it clear that, from his perspective, it was Floyd who came after him first. In other words, whatever actions Tank took were simply responses to the way he had been treated. He wasn't out to challenge or betray Mayweather, but once things took a turn, he felt he had no choice but to stand his ground.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like.
But then Davis dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the boxing community. He outright stated that he believes Floyd Mayweather is jealous of his success. According to Tank, Mayweather is uncomfortable with the idea that Davis is on the verge of surpassing him as a fighter. Whether it's about legacy, control, or just ego, Davis suggested that Mayweather doesn't like seeing him rise to a level where he could potentially outshine his former mentor.
Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
And he didn't stop there. Davis went on to claim that the deal he was working on at the time was significantly bigger than the one Mayweather had ever secured. That statement alone fueled speculation. Was this truly a case of a student outgrowing his master? Or was Davis simply making his own mark in an era where boxing business had evolved beyond Floyd's time? Either way, the tension between the two was undeniable, and whatever bond they once had was now beyond repair.
See, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
this. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it on that.
And what Gervonta Davis said next not only made a lot of sense, it also reinforced everything he had been claiming about Floyd Mayweather all along. For Davis, the tension with Mayweather wasn't just about ego, jealousy, or power struggles. It was about something deeper. It was about trust, or rather, the moment he realized he could no longer trust the man who once called him his protege. According to Davis, the breaking point came when Mayweather knowingly threw him into a fight he wasn't supposed to win. The Baltimore native revealed that Floyd forced him to take on Jose Pedraza, fully believing that Tank wasn't ready and would suffer his first loss. At the time, Davis was still under Floyd's guidance, which meant he had no choice but to follow orders. He had to accept the fight, even though in his mind it felt like a setup. This is what Tank had to say about the situation.
It was a situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose. But
you talking about like a boxing match or?
Yeah, a boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0.
From Davis's perspective, this wasn't just a miscalculation on Mayweather's part, it was deliberate. According to Tank, Floyd despised the idea of someone rising to his level, and in order to prevent Davis from ever becoming as great as him, he set him up for failure. The Pedraza fight was supposed to be the moment where Davis was exposed, a lesson in humility that would ensure he stayed in Floyd's shadow. But what Mayweather didn't expect was that Davis wouldn't just survive the fight, he would dominate. He would prove the doubters wrong, win the IBF super featherweight title, and cement himself as one of boxing's brightest young stars. And that was the moment Davis decided he wasn't going to be manipulated anymore. He realized that if he continued under Floyd's control, he would always be playing a game designed for him to lose. So he made the choice to carve out his own path, to step out from under Mayweather's influence and to build his own legacy on his own terms. Years later, in another interview, Davis doubled down on this idea, once again claiming that Floyd simply cannot stand to see other fighters thriving. In his words, Mayweather hates watching someone else rise to success in a way that might outshine what he accomplished.
Mayweather set you up against Pedraza. Did you really think Pedraza was going to beat you?
He didn't know how good I was and how I would have like handled the situation, so he just threw me out there. Type shit.
Why do you think
He was hurt. He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the f would you say Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? That don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
And he didn't stop there. Davis continued his harsh critique, saying that while he doesn't like to outright call his former mentor a scumbag, he does believe that Mayweather is an egotistical maniac, obsessed with keeping the spotlight on himself at all costs. Tank described Floyd as someone who, despite all his success, cannot handle seeing others take the limelight, even if it's his own protégés.
Because I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that, and it just.
But for all the back and forth shots they took at each other in interviews and social media, it all eventually led to one final moment of confrontation. According to reports, Mayweather decided to settle things face to face with his former student at a press conference. When they came together, Floyd allegedly made sure to remind Davis of one thing: he was better than him, and no matter what, Davis would never be able to reach his level. Whether it was a mind game, a final attempt at control, or just pure arrogance, it was clear that the tension between them had reached a point of no return.
Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis have a cold face-to-face meeting finally after all the back and forth. What's your thoughts on this? Drop a comment.
And what about you, fight fans? Who do you think is at fault, Floyd or Davis? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.